no better place to start than this. This is the big power forward, come ruckman, come premiership player from the Hawks. Make him welcome. Jared Roughhead's in the house. And making his footy show debut, the very exciting bomber, David Zaharakis. And from Geelong, the footy show favourite, Bill Brownless.
Very nice panel assembled as always, and just to top it off, the 300-game superstar from Geelong, please make him welcome, John Sammy Newman.
Did you say Shane's up in Queensland going to ride a bucking bull?
A bucking.
We thought you said that. The jury was out over here.
He's up there. He's been up there all day.
Why is he going up to ride a mechanical? We had a mechanical bull.
No. This is a grade 4er, we're told.
Real
this
live.
is a live bucking. Big horns, the whole lot. And we sent Lordo. Matty Lloyd's gone up with him.
It's drugged.
No, it's not. It is fair income.
And 10 grand, Gary, thanks to Nissan Navara on the line.
If he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a real nervous time, of course. So
make his effort walking down the front of a building.
that was courageous.
Oh, well,
What
getting
have
on
you
a
done?
bucking bull. Can't turn it up.
What
At
have
least
we
the
got in
building's
store
not going to
for you?
headbutt you.
You're next too. We're working this up. You're next in line for the Nissan Navara. Face your fear.
Why don't you just get the Nissan Navara and drive it over me?
That's been done before. Let's welcome Jared Roughhead to the panel. Great to have Roughhead. How are you, Ruff?
Going well, Gaz. How are you, mate?
I'm going nicely. The Hawks just going okay. Your premiership favourites, Hawthorn. You're not in the 8. That's extraordinary. Why is that?
More teams have won a bit more than us, mate. But, isn't that right, Sammy? No, we've won the last couple in a row, mate, and Freo this week in Tassie should be good and hopefully get another win down there.
Stating the bleeding obvious there, Ruff. We like a little bit more insightful stuff than that from you.
No sides are going okay, Gary.
Essendon are going
every now and again they go okay.
Adelaide.
And then when you just think it's safe, no.
We're more involved in want to be more involved in how you're going, because you missed a whole lot of footy. You're back now. Is the body okay? Are you absolutely flying? Got any issues at all?
No issues at the moment, mate. The Achilles is all no worries and played the last 5 on the trot, so looking forward to more.
He's looking fit too.
Well, he is, and kicked a lovely goal when he came back. You're looking very fit. Nice haircut there, but I was tweeting the other night.
You were tweeting.
I was tweeting the other night. I got a new handle, so I was trying to work it. Hashtag Billy. And I saw this. Jordan Lewis, your teammate, had this to say. I'm sick of all the talk about Ivan Marich's mullet. This is a mullet, and guess who it is?
Who?
Who, Bill?
Hey! Have a look at that.
Perfect, isn't it?
When
That
was
took me
that?
10 months to grow that.
When was it?
2007.
Oh, just
Used
out
to
of...
wet the back and then it'd flop around when... It's not bad, is it?
Are you ever going to get back there, Ruff? Or
I don't think I can grow that thing anymore, mate.
Now listen, we did a bit of homework. We like to do this on our panel. We were just going to play a bit of true or false with you, okay? So I'm going to just give you 5 things here and just give us a true or false.
Come on, Ruff.
First one is that you're a complete neat freak. You keep your clothes in colours and arrange your cereal boxes in order of height.
Clothes, yes. Cereal boxes, not true.
That's a lie.
Yes.
You once reported your car stolen to the police, only to find out that Buddy borrowed it without asking.
True.
You went to the cops and said someone...
No, mate, it was early days. It was like...
I don't care when it was, but it happened.
True then.
All right. You worked as a landscape gardener a few years ago, got paid $7 an hour.
Still do.
7 an hour?
Oh, $8.13.
And overpaid.
Overpaid. This one interested us a lot. Your girlfriend Sarah was paid $50 by her mum to go on a date with you.
She says true.
Is that true or not?
She says true. She told you that, didn't she?
She did when I was in bed with her.
Yes, explain
I've got to explain it. We were doing something for the rush hour, Jim and I are on, and I was actually in bed with your girlfriend, and she said, yes, that did happen.
All right, and this
Ruff?
one.
Apparently, yeah.
Right, Ruff, in this one, there's a Roughhead Street in Leongatha named after your family, but the actual street sign has gone missing.
I've heard that, yeah.
That's true?
What's
It's
happened to
definitely
it?
gone missing. I don't know.
Do you know anything about it?
Yes.
No.
You
It's
don't?
in your bedroom. You pinched it. It was after your grandfather and you pinched it.
Well, do you remember doing this on Hawk TV? This was an interview you did for your Hawthorn Footy Club. Do you remember doing this interview?
Oh.
You guys have put that there. That's one of the ones you get made up from the Watch News stores and stuff like that.
Oh, it's not a real one?
No.
Okay.
Well done, Ruff. I appreciate that. Very nice to have David Zaharakis, everyone in the house. I don't think people quite understand how good a footballer this young man is. Best and fairest winner at the Bombers last year, and that takes him doing it at an amazingly proud club. So well done on that. You've continued the form this year, but more importantly, the team, you've lost one game by a point.
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing to lose Anzac Day, but besides that, we've played some good footy.
What do you put it down to?
Getting the weapon, I reckon, the new fitness coach at the footy club.
What's his name?
He's Dean Robinson.
Yeah, that's
is his
right.
actual name, but yeah, likes to be known as the weapon. And yeah, he's trained the boys hard over pre-season. Heard he spoke about it was going to be a hard pre-season, and yeah, it certainly was.
Zaharakis, where is that from? What is that?
That's his name for
Well,
us.
what's
his name?
Well,
The heritage of your name.
Yes.
It's from Greece.
So it'd be Greek,
Greek.
then?
So Greek. Yeah.
Mate, if you could get an advance on this year's salary, you'd be able to buy the joint.
Not going too well, is it?
It's not going to. The Parthenon, they haven't finished that yet.
They're struggling. They're struggling. Yeah.
We like to go with a nickname here, Davey. So what's the nickname around the footy club?
I get called Zaka.
Zaka.
Zaka, yeah.
Oh, we'll go with
Go with
Zaka. I believe there may have been another name earlier in the piece. Actually, when you were born, your father might have wanted to call you Arthur. Now, is that true or not?
No, that's true. If if we had to go and by the Greek names, Dad obviously being Greek, that I might have been called Arthur, yeah.
Arthur Zaharakis. I like it.
Arthur, did you say?
Yeah.
Arthur.
Good God, Arthur. I have forgot that. Arthur.
He was going to be
This Arthur, for God's sake. Arthur, come here. I am so sorry. Arthur's been living here since February, renting the space here, because we use him occasionally. I forgot all about him. Here's your mail from. Look here, mate. Arthur, my God, here, have some food. I'm so sorry, mate. How's it going in there?
Oh, you know, times are tough, but I'll survive it.
I'm sorry. I reckon we could use you again this year. Do you think?
Maybe we might try to.
Fantastic. Arthur, we'll go back. That's right. Very nice. Well done, Arthur. I forgot all about the little bloke.
I think, I don't know, your dad's here tonight, is he not?
Yeah, he's
Is he
here
great?
tonight.
So we'll see. There he is. There's dear old Dad. You thought Arthur was... We wondered if you'd maybe thought of going with Marcus as a first name. Marcus Zaharakis. No, you didn't like the thought of
Never
that?
entered into it, no.
No, I didn't.
No.
Lucas?
No.
Who talked you out of Arthur in the end?
Martha.
Oh, well,
You must be very proud of
Yes.
your young man. He's playing wonderful
Very
footy.
proud indeed, yeah.
That's good.
He is. What's your favourite movie? I'd like to know your favourite movie.
Remember the Titans, I'll say.
Wedding Crasher.
That's a good movie, yeah.
Now, you went to Brent Prismal's wedding
Yep.
and you did okay.
Yeah, I did all right out of it.
Yeah, what did you do?
Met a nice young lady called Taylor.
Which is Brent Prismal's wife's sister.
Wife's sister, yes.
And you met her there and...
Met her there. Well, funny story, I actually didn't have the guts to go talk to her, so Brent Prismal's sister actually set it up afterwards and gave me her number and, yeah, spoke to her after the wedding.
And still going well.
Still going well, yeah.
Oh,
Still
not bad. Just goes to a wedding and drags one gate.
Beautiful. Very well put. Hey, Billy, while you're on a roll, take us through the first game. It's Ruff's Mob versus Fremantle down at Tassie on Saturday.
It is indeed. Hawthorn, of course, defeated Melbourne by 66 points last week. Buddy kicked 3, Young 2, and did you kick a goal, Ruff? 1. Out, Michael Osborne. That is a shame. He's a very good player and a good bloke. He's out for the year with a knee. Gibbo comes back. Joshy Gibson comes back in there. Buddy's 150th game and Clinton Young's 100th game there. They take on Fremantle, who defeated Port Adelaide by 40 points in a defensive type of a game last week. Out is McPhee. He's got a calf, and Van Berlo comes in. The pest, Hayden Ballantyne plays his 50th game. I'd like to have a look at the odds here because you can bet when you play Fremantle, Gaz, it's going to be a low-scoring game and small margins. So there's the odds there. Centrebet.com, there we go, $4.83 because they are hard to score against Fremantle with that defensive setup they've got.
Yeah, I think they're the number 1 side in the league in restricting scores, so hopefully we can get the ball down there enough in the forward line to kick a winning score, Bill.
What do you reckon, Zaka?
Yeah, they play some defensive footy, but yeah, I reckon Hawthorn have them down there.
Kicking goals not that important to you anymore, Ruff?
Why is that, mate?
Well, you kick 80 in a premiership year, and one of the great forwards of the comp sort of seems to have trained off and touched it. Not that worried about it, or what are you doing?
Up in the midfield, mate. Fitness. Engine.
Is it opportunity that you're lacking or accuracy?
Neither, Sam. Neither.
No, so
I'm
you're
playing up in the middle, so I'm not getting.
No, I understand that.
Much
So when you get it, you're actually scoring goals.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
You don't need fark.
No, definitely don't need the fark.
Okay.
Thank you for offering.
Well, it's been an issue for Buddy, no doubt about that. He's spraying them from everywhere.
We are ahead of the curve here, Gary. We identified the fact it's a disgrace, the kicking, and people are only paying lip service to it.
That's right.
And how many has he missed, Buddy?
Well, he's missed plenty. He's kicked 9 goals, 22 from his last 5 games.
He's bought out a ball.
That's a poor percentage for him.
Here he is.
Is he taking them from too far? Well, that one's not so bad.
No, that's no good at all.
No, but in terms of taking the shot, he's able to take the shot from there.
Kick tries to kick him from the boundary line, Gaz, doesn't he?
He just has to. Yeah, but it's not so much these ones. He just does take some impossible shots as well, bud. No doubt about that. Although
No, but that's
neither here nor there.
no, that is not. No. It's the set shots that he and everyone else. And do you want to know the irony of it all?
What is it?
He's bought out a ball to tell you how to kick.
Yeah, he has.
He has. You think we're making this up? This is the Buddy ball.
That's right.
Sold out.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Says where to hold it and
right.
how to drop it.
It's a great thing. I
Kick
reckon.
a banana?
Young
He's
kids.
kicked 20 goals,
How to handball?
89.
No,
he's
where?
kicked. What?
Where do you handball it?
What's that?
Where do you handball it?
He hasn't got that.
It's a kicking ball.
It's a point back. That's a point back.
The academy, the FARC Academy, Gary.
What have you got?
The FARC Academy.
What about it?
We are going to take enrolments for. I'm conducting seminars on
Clinics.
how to kick, and there's certain rules. But we have brought out the FARC Academy has
your own
been a
thing.
step ahead of the pack as usual.
What have you got?
We've got fossil feet.
Oh.
Yeah. Now this is them. This is where we're marketing these. These are called. Now, Gary,
What are they?
well, I'll tell you, you can see how sensible this is. There's, first of all, there's wind cocks here.
Socks.
Socks.
Wind socks.
A weathercock.
Wind socks.
You know what they call weathercocks, do you?
Oh, no. I'm scared to ask.
No, well,
We don't want the answer.
well, and so you decide, once you decide where the wind's coming from, so if it's coming from the eastern tangent over here, you obviously aim out to the western tangent. And these arrows line your feet up. And you can see that they're designed for both left and right foot
If
kickers.
the wind's coming this way,
Yeah.
of course, wouldn't you be aiming out
Probably that way.
Well, it's only in the embryo stages. It's only a prototype, Gaz. I knew there was. And so once you determine where the wind's coming from, and that probably is out your clacker if you're no good at kicking, you decide then, position yourself where, and these are, we've made them purposely big so you get used to them.
All right.
And then we're going to adapt them onto the smaller boot, and so that these will become all the rage.
Are they Aaron Sanderland's actual feet?
Yes, a very humorous line, Jim.
Will you let us know when they're available, will you? Like the buddy ball, so we can actually go out and get them.
Yeah, I reckon they'll probably be a hell of a lot more successful than the buddy ball.
Righto, the fossil feet, we'll let you know when they're for sale. We're going to take a break.
When are you going to bring out a ball, Gary?
I'm going to the break, Will.
Hairy ball.
In fairness, I think he's already bought them out.
Already got a couple of them.
Plenty more still to come on the Footy Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on a massive Footy Show, we salute the best Indigenous players in the AFL.
That's off the scale!
Mild-mannered reporter Damo has all the news. Plus, look out! For the first time in years, the boss returns to Adelaide.
You're 90% act and 10% asshole. They say it's the other way around.
And what's up with Hairy Gary? That's him on the left. We'll farewell a Hawthorn legend right after we stick him on a bull. Yeah! This will be one for the ages. Thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, Australia's only proper hardware store, and Nissan Navara, Australia's most powerful trading. And courtesy of Nissan Navara, 10 grand is on the line for a local footy team who's lucky enough to be able to hitch a ride with one of our brave superstars from the Footy Show tonight. It is Shane Crawford. He's up at Rockhampton, Gary, and he's up there with our man, Matty Lloyd, the man that Bill dubbed Lordo. And we're going to get up to him right now, because this is, as we welcome you, Matty, as Shane is getting ready to ride a real angry bull.
Thanks, JB. Well, footy's taken me many places in my time, some of them London, Las Vegas, Milan, but one place I never thought I'd be is at a bull ring here in Rockhampton, but that's where we are. Crawf's causing a massive stir. He's all over the papers. Take a look at this. Alf star Shane Crawford. So anyway, it's meant to be AFL, but let's not upset the boy. He's pumped. But anyway, I'm not sure about the colour of the outfit you sent up here. Get in here, Crawf. Not sure about it, boys, but...
What are you doing to me? We know the Bulls don't like red, and you've sent me up this red outfit, but have a look at this. You've given him a big target on the back. That is not fair. I am here to put on the best very show for you Footy Show viewers. This is going to be amazing. I was presented to the crowd earlier, and they loved me.
Big crowd.
I actually presented myself. But anyway, we get a lap of honour. They're ready. They're ready to roll. And it's all about my grandfather. We've got history. I'm very confident. I've got the beautiful buckle here, made of real gold. He was a Rodeo champion, and I had the courage when I played footy. Oh, gee, I was a good player. And I'm going to ride a bull tonight, and a big one.
And, boys, Crawf is very confident because he's got the head cowboy here, Brian Duggan, who's given him some training today. How did he go today, Brian?
I'm glad bull riding's in his blood, because the way he rode today, there could be quite a lot of it coming out tonight.
Over Crawf tonight, but talk us through some of your injuries over the years, Brian.
Over the years, I've had 3 dislocated shoulders, 2 knee reconstructions, broken jaw, broken arm, fractured eye socket, but you get quite a few after a while.
Oh, it doesn't sound good.
I'm not scared.
Hey.
I am not scared. And have you met my friend from Toy Story? Woody!
Talk us through the bulls. There's many angry bulls out the back here. Which one you got lined up for Crawf?
We've had quite ferocious animals here over the years. Man-Eater, The Undertaker, Dr. Evil. I think the bull for Shane tonight will be The Undertaker.
Well, boys, short, Crawf's got The Undertaker. He's about to put on his 3rd pair of dirty jocks because he's packing himself. But, hey, it's his moment of truth. We'll be back shortly with the big moment.
Hey, Lloydie, before you go, mate, there's an unbelievable resemblance to Woody from Toy Story. Are you packing a couple of 6-shooters down there? If we just pan out a little bit, have you got a holster on?
Yeah, we've all got the holsters on.
All right, well, leave you boys to it. It is very, very scary what's going on up at Rockhampton, and we wish Shane all the very best. There it is. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's the black one. I'm not sure.
It's not that hard, guys.
I've never seen blokes look less like a cowboy in all my life.
What about Lloyd? Look at Lloyd if he walked into a saloon. Yeah. How long would he last, you reckon?
He'd play the piano. Not that hard, riding a bull. I've done this before. I was going to go skiing up, and look at that! I'm the bloke on top of it. That's up at the Jamison Hotel there. I was having a couple of frothies.
Mary Jig?
Yeah, Mary Jig, yes. Having a couple of frothies.
You're riding
there.
it like a horse, Bill. It's got reins. That's a heifer.
It's a bull. They're big bulls.
What, you don't ride bulls with reins?
Yes, you do. Look how big it is. That was the biggest bull I've ever seen.
Shane's not going to ride it with reins. He's going to, they grip
hold
it down
it,
there and they
right.
bind it up.
The whole thing, it's full on. Don't worry, don't go
Didn't
to
look
bed.
too
You
jumpy,
hang
the
on to
bull.
that.
It was just standing there.
No, this was a savage bull.
Give it a
They give it a
kick in the
prod before
slap.
it gets out.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, tomorrow night's a massive game. Collingwood take on Geelong. Grand final replay. MCG. The Maggies are going beautifully. 7th on the ladder, 5 wins and 2 losses. What about the ins here? In comes Darren Jolly, Dale Thomas, Chris Dawes, and Alex Fasolo. Wood, Brown, Yagmore and Seedsman. Oh, that looks a pretty formidable outfit.
Seed?
The Seeds, he's out. They come up against the Cats, who are just struggling. They went down to Adelaide by 50 points and copped a right old belting over there in Adelaide last week. They also got some significant changes into the side. Jimmy Bartell, Stokes, Stevenson and Matty Scarlett. So 4 massive ins for the Geelong Footy Club, who are sitting in 10th position on the AFL ladder. Unbelievable, unfamiliar territory, rough. The Magpies seem to have got their house in order. The Cats are copping a bit of criticism at the moment. What's going to happen tomorrow night at the MCG?
Oh, mate, big game at the G. They'll get 80, 90,000 there, and I reckon Geelong will come out and have a good win.
Zaka, what are we thinking, Zaka?
Yeah, I reckon Geelong will put in a good performance after disappointing last week, but I still reckon Collingwood will get them.
Done some homework here, guys.
What do you got?
Well, all the outs for Collingwood equals
outs.
121.
21 games,
out of experience. Coming in, 421 games of experience. Geelong, out, 151 games of experience, the 4 players that are out, and the 4 players coming in, 600 games of experience. So I do my numbers. Geelong.
Holy man. That means they're tired and stuffed. 621 goals. I tell you what, Geelong will get the mother of all thumpings tomorrow. The magic of Christopher Scott has been lost on them. They've lapsed back into that one too many chips, one too many hand passes, one too many steps, one too many everything. Get on with positive football. And before they get their act together, they'll get an absolute flogging tomorrow.
We should, Gary, mention
Yes, please.
the fact that a couple of big milestones coming up this weekend. Firstly, Buddy Franklin plays game number 150. Well done to him. And James Kelly, who has been a very, very good player, plays game number 200 for the Cats.
Good luck, those boys. Now, centre bet, by the way, between 3 and 4.
Who are you tipping?
I'm tipping Geelong.
Oh.
So you're at complete odds with me, are
It would
you?
appear so, and I'm pretty confident, given that that's the case. I like the Cats. I like them.
What have you liked about them so far?
I like
Do you like them? I was over in Adelaide. Are they cock a hoop after that?
No, they played a super game, Adelaide.
Well,
but
what did they do? Different. What did they do?
They went after Corey Enright for a start, and they went after Andrew Mackey.
So why wouldn't
Darren
Collingwood-
Milburn in the coaching box for Adelaide knows a lot about that Geelong defence, made them a priority, and had a big impact.
So that would be lost on Collingwood, would it?
No, it would not, but I expect them to bounce back with Jimmy Bartell and Matty Scarlett. I'm just going to tell you, Centrebet offering $4 on Scott Pendlebury to collect 30 or more disposals, $50 maximum bet, first 100 clients only. Centrebet, don't just watch it, that's between 3 and 4 o'clock tomorrow.
All right, let's get stuck into one of our favourite segments on the Footy Show. It's called Sam's Mailbag.
How's it going, hacker? Zaka. What?
Zaka.
Not hacker. You call him
Arthur.
hacker.
Call him Arthur.
Call me after that.
Saka. Zaka.
Saka. Almost so Saka. How's it going? Now, Tyrrell of Hillside. Dear Sam, saw you had some fun with Seal last week. This is not as much fun as Seal had. This is Seal having a little bit of fun. That's not Seal, I don't think. There's Seal. He's got a twitchy arm, Seal. Anyway, since you're doing the rude stuff now... Well, this is what Tyrrell says.
Okay.
See if Gary will let you show this outstanding wet T-shirt winner. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Goes, man. Hey?
Not yet. Not yet.
When?
Half 10. It's only just after 10 o'clock. Pass it over.
Pass it over.
Oh,
He wants to have a look at it first.
Okay, I'll pass it over. I don't know why you got me to do that, because I got another one in here. You want this one? I got 700 of them in here. The old chortle. This is the wet T-shirt competition. Look at this.
Funny one.
That's not me, that's Tyrrell of Hillside. He thought
like
that was so funny.
That's funny.
Tyrrell.
Yeah, that's funny.
Numbskull.
That's nice.
Okay. What did you think it was going to be? Sheila with the big... Oh, lady with large Bristols, sort of...
Bristol's.
That's what it was.
Oh, a woman, I'm sorry, a female. What are we allowed to say? We allowed
Come
to
on,
call
can
them
you read
females?
the next letter?
Broadcasting tribunal, be honest?
No.
Females.
Yes,
With
come on.
skin-tight apparel.
Number 2 letter.
The big boobies
We
sticking.
know.
Blair of Ballarat. Your show is puerile,
Oh, that's not the only person.
self-absorbed, unsophisticated, moronic and dumbass. Keep it up. Keep dumping the manure on that Sasquatch. What, is Sasquatch? That's you, Gary, a Sasquatch. Gary. We out in the suburbs love it. Okay. This came in today. This is, we like this. Have I got this here?
That's green for
This is a shaving private lion. Look at that. And if you look closely... That's to do with football, because you used to play football. People say that's nothing to do with football, but that's... You used to play.
What was that called? A saving private Ryan.
Shaving.
No, that's the other. That's a video.
Oh, saving private line, yeah. Now, a few other people... now, a lot of people ask, what did you get your mother for Mother's Day?
Mine?
You, Gary, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
A few people also ask
Yes,
what
sorry.
Gary got
Yes.
his mother for Mother's Day. And then it says, let's have a look.
Oh, right.
Right, here we go. This is to do with football because Gary used to play. He bought Mum some angry slippers.
Grumpy slippers.
Grumpy slippers.
What do you reckon, Zaka?
They look good.
Yeah, funny.
Look good on you.
Haraka, what do you reckon? What's his name?
Zaka.
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 What else is
And this is for his mum when she goes down shopping. A grumpy... But what is disgraceful, now this is a bit of scandal here, Gary, a bit of scandal. A Zoo Weekly, Feet of Zoo Weekly, which is a magazine, featured a list of the best monobrows in sport ever. This is true. And the scandal is that you, your good self, there was not even mentioned. Now, this is the scandal. Where is the... there they are.
On the screen.
There, now, they're all the best... Do you think we made this up? This is the best sports monobrows and you're not in
I
it.
haven't got a monobrow. Oh, it's only because you work diligently to shave it off every time before we come on. He sits there plucking away, getting all the hairs out.
Well, what has come across my desk? Because I've been.
Hang on.
Are you ready to return serve?
I've been.
Where is that here?
I've been copping a bit, Bill.
I've heard this. Yeah.
A sex
Have you
scandal.
got something ready?
A sex scandal across my desk
Not on you.
involving the enforcer.
Himself.
Oh.
Hello, Gary. That's not...
A tape has come across my desk
Oh, no.
involving our man in a compromising position.
Oh, hang on.
Or someone that looks very... or something that looks very much like... Have a listen to it. Have a listen to the noise. Footyshow.com.au. Saw that on the Discovery Channel Force the other night, and I just thought of you straight away.
Oh, didn't that make you laugh, Gary?
And
What's it? Did you do those...
No, that was the two.
You haven't had a microphone
You don't
outside
make
my
that noise,
bedroom.
do you?
Eh?
You don't make that, do you?
Well, I do, but not for that long.
and herself underneath looked pretty impressed too.
She couldn't get away.
She said, look, when you're through, just pull the doona over me.
Hey, now, Foss, do you have a Facebook page?
What?
I said here we need to plug
do
a page coming up. Is there something?
No.
You haven't got a Facebook.
Surely not.
Well, we were going to... instead of people impersonating me, I'm going to impersonate myself. But we're not doing it this week. We're doing it next week.
Next
because
week.
we've got a launch of a Facebook page.
Well, there it is, right
What's that then?
And that's not a joke. That is your Facebook
Yeah,
page,
and
isn't it
it's
not?
not smart ass, it's smart as Sam.
Yeah.
Not smart ass.
Okay,
But
so-
we were going to launch it with a
With a bang.
I think we've gone what?
We'll
We've gone off. We've prematurely
Fraction
gone
early.
off with a. We've gone off a week early, Gary.
Okay, well, we might explain that further next week then.
Yeah, and then I'm going to reply to everyone who thinks they're me. I'm going to just tell you what I think about things and football and everything like that.
We look forward to that, Foss. We need to take a break because Shane Crawford's in Rockhampton. He's going to ride a bull. Damien Barrett's next on the Footy Show.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Shane Crawford ready to go up in Rockhampton shortly, but before that, plenty of footy news kicking around, and the best in the business by a mile is Damien Barrett, and he joins us. Welcome, Damo.
Thank you, Gaz. Boys, bit to get through tonight, so we'll start... Bit to get through, Gaz. We'll start with Melbourne Director of Sports Performance, Neil Craig, who makes it known here that the Demons are paying very close interest into the goings-on of out-of-contract Collingwood forward Travis Cloke.
Oh, I think Travis Cloke would be in most club sides. You know, it's key forward, proven in finals football. I don't know Travis. I've never met Travis. Obviously, you know, I know he's got a great work ethic. That comes from Mark Neal. Mark obviously knows him really well. You know, what club wouldn't want a key forward that can play like Travis Cloke? To have two key forwards, you know, of that, you know, let's assume that it was Clark and a Cloke up in the forward line. That'd be pretty good combination.
Neil Craig there, Gary, talking about the prospect, only a prospect only, no offer, but a prospect of Travis Cloke joining Melbourne. How much would be required in your eyes for Melbourne to do it?
Oh, God knows. How much for Travis Cloke? Well, if the stories are right, Fremantle are offering around $1 million, is that right?
Yep, that's about right.
So,
What would we be offering down there, Gaz?
I'm not sure what we could cobble together for us, but it'd have
dip
to be
into your own private
north of...
How serious is it though, Gary? I know you're not involved, but how serious?
No, I don't know. I think he's just saying that what every person involved in footy would say. I mean,
We're interested.
Well, of course you would be. Why wouldn't you not be interested in
But
Travis
sub-clubs
Cloke?
can't afford it. Melbourne can if they juggle their books.
Yeah, if they sell the MCG, they can.
No. I'd love to have Patrick Dangerfield, I would imagine, and anyone else of that quality of player. I don't think there's any question.
He spoke about a lot of topics today, Neil Craig, and we'll see the full interview on the Sunday Footy Show this weekend. But he also addressed the Demons' disastrous season to this point, and he was very, very strong in his belief that everything and everyone was on the right track. He here starts talking about Mark Neild. He moves on to the co-captains, the young co-captains. He touches on Colin Sylvia and finishes with free agency.
I don't know if there's been a tougher initiation for a first-year AFL coach in the history of the game. If there is, Damien, can you do some research and let me know who it's been? Mark has shown enormous resilience. He's kept his composure. And once again, what I can say to the supporters who see this interview, you've got a very strong person in charge of this football club who knows exactly where he's going and is open-minded, but very clear about what he wants. And there'll be no deviation from that.
And now that you're probably clearer on the size of the task you've got, if you had your time over again, would you still make that same decision to make Trengove and Grimes co-captains?
Absolutely.
They're the right people?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, no issue there whatsoever.
And you want Colin Sylvia at Melbourne next
Yeah,
year?
I do.
Yeah.
Fix his behaviour.
Do you also attack the free agency aspect? Did you want to get experienced players in at that period when it's allowed?
I'm sure our club will be very selective. They'll be diligent in looking at who's available and who's not available. But once again, Mark has very clear ideas on the qualities that need to exist in players that come into the Melbourne Football Club. And there'll be no deviation from those qualities.
Neil Craig there, the Melbourne Footy Club. Super addition to the Melbourne Footy Club and going through tough times, but the perfect man to have alongside a first-year coach. What are you looking at?
How come we haven't heard of him before and Mark's been thrown out there all the time?
Well, he's a senior coach. So.
I know that, but Neil's a very experienced coach. He's been there before and Neil's been put under a lot of pressure.
He has, and look, I'm not sure how the interview came about, but I mean, Neil from the moment he was appointed, was very clear that Mark was a senior coach and was a front man for the footy club. No question about that. So maybe an opportune time for him to talk to Damo, and as you said, that full interview on the Sunday Footy Show.
Neil who?
Neil Craig.
Oh, no,
Neil
not
Craig.
Mark Neil, does it?
Yeah. Hey,
sounds like he'd been on a bit of helium gas there.
No, he's one of the best operators going around, don't worry. What about...
Craig, what's it, David?
Neil Craig.
What?
Neil Craig.
Oh, yeah, Craig.
Yes.
Is
How
he?
are you going with names at the moment?
just going.
Damo, pokey revenue for AFL clubs. Jim's club, North Melbourne, took a brave stance early in the year and said no, it's not for them. We believe that the AFL are looking at it at the moment.
It's a highly sensitive issue, Gaz, and North is the only club in Victoria that doesn't have any involvement with poker machines. But tonight we can tell you that the AFL has taken an unprecedented social stance on poker machines, and it will assist the clubs to sell off the about 2,000 machines that they do have under their control. It's a move which has been cautiously embraced by the clubs. It's a move that requires the AFL to find a consortium or several consortiums to buy these machines, as well as take over the leases that they are under. AFL Chief Executive Andrew Demetrio told the clubs of this plan at a gathering last week in Melbourne, and there's lots of reasonings behind it. The AFL commissioners have been putting pressure on the AFL itself to do something on this, potential changes in government legislation, anti-gambling lobbyists, and also many clubs have really got themselves tied up in massive debt associated with these gaming ventures, and that's what has led to the AFL position on this. Andrew Demetrio today confirmed his new stance on this matter when we contacted him by the Footy Show, and he provided this: the AFL is not involved in gaming, but our clubs are. We are prepared to open the batting on being the intermediary for them. If a group or several groups was interested in buying the machines, we would facilitate. It is fair to say our clubs are interested in that process. As we said, it's a very sensitive issue on a number of levels. There's about 7% is about what the AFL component of the 27,000 or so poker machines are in Victoria. Collingwood's got 260, Essendon and Geelong have about 200, Hawthorn's got 150. One estimate today was put on Hawthorn's venture as being at least $50 million up front if it was to be bought out by a consortium. But the AFL very, very serious on this happening.
It's great in theory, a lot of social issues involved with gambling, all those sorts of things, and we encourage everyone to gamble responsibly. But the revenue streams that these things generate for a lot of clubs are enormous. I mean, is it a practical thing that can be realised, do you reckon?
I think if you talk collectively, the clubs are certainly open to it and would happily have them come off their books if they could. As you say, some are very successful. Hawthorns, Collingwoods, Geelongs, Carltons, all very successful. There's other successful inches too. Some aren't travelling as well. Some clubs have eyeballed themselves to their hilt when it comes to mortgaging them on to get these ventures up and running. So some clubs will embrace it, some clubs won't. But
it's a big story, though, mate. It's a big stance to take.
It was the first time the AFL has said it would be preferable for it not to have any involvement with poker machines.
Have I missed something there, Gary? I've missed plenty.
Yeah.
The AFL is not involved in gaming, but our clubs are. Isn't the AFL the clubs? Or vice versa?
Well, what he's trying to say is that the AFL has no direct involvement in gaming venues, but...
So we all go down to AFL headquarters and play the pokies. Of course they wouldn't have any involvement directly.
No, but the clubs go and do their own deals with different venues all around the place. And I think what they're saying for the first time, anyway, as I understand it, that they want to look at it and maybe phase it out if it's at all feasible.
Right, because people gamble.
Well, for lots of different
Could
issues.
we clean up society? Could the AFL clean up the whole world?
Well, perhaps. That may be where they're heading.
Shit.
Damien Barrett, thanks for joining us, Damo. Wonderful input as well. Yes, just a minute.
You finished? Are you done?
In a minute, I think. Yeah.
He's finished.
Yes, no, I didn't want to, because this is a serious, this is
why we
football.
thank you.
We talk football here. Speaking of that, I was away last week. I was in Adelaide.
Yes.
I'll speak more about Adelaide. I was asked to eat an oyster the size of that bloody piece of paper there, and but I was over in Adelaide, and someone said we got a shellacking in the Herald Sun over here, which is Melbourne's largest selling paper, I think Australia's largest selling paper. Some bozo gave us a belting for doing last week what we've been doing for 19 years, as I understand it. What he said, we speak sometimes about football, but not often, or something. Who was that? What was his? Who was that?
I don't know. Warren, the bloke's name is?
It was Warwick Green, Judge. Warwick Green.
Well, Warren.
Warwick.
What?
Warwick.
Suppose you're an idiot, and suppose you're a journalist. But I repeat myself. What in the hell is wrong with you, sir? We have been doing this for 19 years. Sometimes we speak in revelry and merriment about life as we see it. Some of it's loosely linked to football, and sometimes the Warrior comes in here and speaks absolutely forthrightly and looks down the barrel and is so serious you could almost weep about football. We break stories and we do lots of things. And what I would suggest you do, my coloured friend, is if you're going to be a smart-ass, make sure you cover all bases and be accurate yourself. Because, as I understand it, and I know little Zacchaeus, I know little about many names of players who play football, but that same man, Warren, wrote a story 2 days later in the much vaunted Herald Sun that the match between Richmond and Sydney had a very, very good story in it about Leroy Jetta.
That's it.
As I understand it, Leroy Jetta doesn't play for either of those two sides. He, in fact, plays for Essendon. Warwick. What, Warren, is it? Warwick. For God's sake, man. Take your blatant, blank, spiritless face home and examine yourself. Get it accurate. If you're going to have a crack at us for being vaguely entertaining, at least be accurate in your professional opinion, which is what your name is.
Very nicely done by you, as always. We're going to take a look at the next game. It involves the Melbourne Footy Club. Ruff, talk us through Sydney and Melbourne.
Mate, we've got Swans and Melbourne Saturday twilight at the SCG. We've got in for the Swans, Roberts, Thompson, Pike and Walsh. And now it goes Seaby, White and Everett. And if we flip over the page for Melbourne, in come Brad Green, Jarrah, Bleed and Watts. And out go Bale, Petard, Bate and Fitzpatrick. So Melbourne haven't won at the SCG since round 4, 2006, mate. So in saying that, I think the Swans will get up and win on Saturday, Arvo.
Yeah, the Swans have a pretty easy win, I reckon.
Any chance at all of Demons, Bill?
No, unfortunately, Gaz, not at the SCG. They love the SCG. Sydney, they were a bit disappointing, but I tell you what, it's a big game for Liam Jarrah.
Yeah,
He's been to court today, facing 4 extra charges, and then he's picked tonight and got to go up there and play footy. So good luck to Liam.
Yeah, indeed. Jack Watts back in the side, as well as Brad Green. So a bit of experience coming back into the side that you pretend that you're barracking for at the moment.
By Jove, Gary, please. Kanakas, do you follow it at all?
Kanakas.
What is not Kanakas?
Kanakas.
Correct. What is this? Caracas. My goodness me, I think the way we're going, I think it's a chance to bring out the old ice bucket. And you might think that's to chill the champagne. That's to vomit in if we don't get any better. What the hell is wrong with us, Gary? Do you think we can prevail before the season's out?
Yes, they will. Very nice to see Bradley Green back in the side, and Jack Watts, who's had to go back and earn his stripes. And Liam,
Is that Warren Green's brother?
Not Warren Green's brother, no. And young Sam Blease. So they got their work cut out. Sydney, a very good side up there, but I expect Melbourne to be very, very competitive up at the SC.
Right, I'm just ripping the top on a bottle of Verve, by the way.
We're allowed to drink grog on the show?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we are.
Well, we can get... maybe we'll cut
You couldn't
drinking
have
at the
found,
football out, we're cutting gambling out. What else? You're allowed
Just sip it.
Are we allowed to drive to the game? Because a lot of people get killed on the roads.
You couldn't have found...
TAC, drivers go carefully.
couldn't have found a bottle of Spumante or something, not a $100 bottle of French
Jim,
champagne.
and might be going bad, mate. We don't go on that.
And Spumante, we say it advisedly, the action is in the name.
Now, Gary, tell us about Hairy Gary, please, because we're worried about our dog that hasn't run yet.
Well, yeah, not our dog, but it's sort of been in
Your dog, yes.
It's not feeling itself, apparently. It was supposed to race Will last...
Is that what dogs do?
Yeah, last night.
It was supposed to race last night.
And what happened?
Warrnambool. Well, it got scratched because it was just not itself.
Why isn't it itself, Gary?
Well, I don't know why.
Have you spent some time with it?
I did. I caught up with Hairy Gary today. It was lovely. After we spent the day together, the trainer said to me that seriously, absolutely he's
taken a turn for the better.
He has.
Really?
And he's going to run next Wednesday.
He's a new dog.
At Warrnambool. I think
Give
he's
us a
ready
look
to
at that
go.
thing you had there.
What?
Give us a look at that thing you had there. Gary, this is a
Gary,
fully grown man. Have a look, bring it out.
He brought this into the meeting this morning and he's that excited about
Bring
it.
it out.
Thinks he's Mel
You've
Gibson.
never
Have a look
seen
at it.
anything like it. Look at him.
Come on, Mel.
I said he needs a rabbit to get ready.
A lure.
To get
Look at
ready to
this.
chase, and this is what I come up with.
Look at this.
That's the best little rabbit I can come up with.
And Gary, what happens if...
How am I going, Zacco? You reckon? But anyway, Harry's back, and he's going to race next Wednesday.
The woman leading that other dog pinched the rabbit, and Gary chased after her.
Anyway, so
we look forward to next Wednesday when
we get a lot
Hairy
of
Gary
emails
runs.
about Hairy Gary.
Yes.
We think he's running next Wednesday.
Oh, I'll get back. Swing back to the footy now. Port Adelaide take on North Melbourne. Amy Stadium, Saturday afternoon. Port coming off a 40-point loss to Freo. They have made 5 changes. Schultz, Thomas, Pearce, Pfeiffer and Wingard make their way in for Port Adelaide. 1 win on the season. This game to be played, as I said, Saturday, Alvo at Amy. The Kangas. Not great against the Dogs on the weekend, it has to be said. Nathan Grimer back in for the first time this year, which is good to see. Ben Warren back in for the first time this year, which is good to see. And Levi Greenwood makes his way back as well.
Rough. Who's going to win this game, please?
I think with McIntosh going out of the Roos, mate, hurts them a fair bit. But in saying that, they've got a couple of good ins, so I'm going to go with the Roos over there, mate.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think a bit of the boxing during the week might have toughened them up, and yeah, I reckon they'll have a win.
Bit of claret spilled too in the boxing. Jamie McMillan, I think, had it
Spud.
splashed around.
Big
Spud
Spud Ferrito got
mind
him.
you. The nose on Spud.
He's had a couple. Interesting game, this one. They were flat last week, your mob.
Yep.
And Daniel Pearce finally gets a game. And Jay Schultz is a very good in. He goes all right over there. Having said that, I think Brad Scott, I don't think he was very happy, Jim.
No, well, you wouldn't be happy.
You've been in crisis meetings all week.
No.
You have been down there.
No, Bill, but you wouldn't be happy after losing like that.
No, so I think you'll bounce back and win this one.
And I believe, Bill, you were over at the game last week.
Yes.
Over in Perth watching Freo take on Port.
Oh, no,
Were
Gary.
you or not?
If it's anything like that
I
thing where
believe you were.
No, it
Is
wasn't.
this you?
Oh.
Is this you, Bill? We checked out. We checked out your schedule. I rang Nicky and found out where you were. You weren't there. You're actually on the beach.
Oh,
so we knew
no,
you
not
weren't
this
there.
one again.
You're on the beach.
That's it. Gary, do not.
Actually, an innie, Bill.
An innie.
Did you give us a tip on that, Bill?
Sam.
No, Sam, it is.
Yes.
I'm fearful of your side going over to Amy, Jim. They're desperate, the power. Okay. Matthew Primus is probably just battening down the hatches, waiting to have someone tap him on the shoulder. Hey?
Who do you think's going to win the game?
I don't know about that, Jimmy. I think you might, but I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if you don't win.
And you, Gary?
I think the North boys will be too scared not to win this game. Yep. I think Bradley Scott would even take the boxing gloves to all of them. So the Kangaroos to beat Port Adelaide.
OK, we need to take a break on the Footy Show. Shane Crawford, not far away, Rockhampton, about to ride a real angry bull. Stick around.
Got the set here. Here comes Buddy. Wheels around. Oh, he's kicked a miracle. Gerrard! Unbelievable. Wells, is there a pot of goal on the end of that? You bet there is. Runs inside 50. Oh, Johnny Bellingham came out the ball. Look at that. Some foot candy like no other. Cracker. Miracle goal. Oh, he's been the king of the air tonight. Have a look at this. Steps on the juice from 35 something. Cyril, you are a marvel. There we are. It's yes.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Some extraordinary talent on display there. It is Indigenous round this weekend, of course, the big dream time at the G game on Saturday night at the MCG. Bill, it is going to be a belter.
Absolute huge game, guys. Both sides in form. And the mighty Bombers, 6 wins, 1 loss. They defeated West Coast by 10 goals last week. Only one change. Hurley comes in. What a star he is going to be. Travis Collier goes out, unfortunately. He's been dropped. Stanton was magnificent last week. Bell Chambers, very good. Takes on the Tigers. And were they good last week? 5 goals. They beat Sydney by at the MCG. Jack Revolt back in some form with 4 goals. Sean Grigg, he's been a very good player with 3. And unchanged. Very happy there at Tigerland. Chris Newman, who's been very good down back, plays his 200th game. Good luck to him. But Jim's out in the crowd and he has a Bomber star with him. Over to you, Jim.
Oh, thank you very much, Bill. I do. I have Nathan Lovett Murray here with me. Hello, Nave. Very nice. A round of applause for this man. Now, dream time at the G, sold out, which is unbelievable, given 100,000 seats at that place, of course. So that is big news. And I don't think we've had, in the 7 or 8 years we've had these dream time games, both teams in as good a form as you are at the moment.
Yeah, no, Richmond had a good win last week and we've won a few games and for the dream time it's one of my highlights of my football career to run out onto the oval in front of so many people and also that week get all the family down to come and show their support as well.
Now listen, beside a football, of which you're a superstar of course, also involved in Payback Records, that's your record label, yes?
Yep.
And you have these gentlemen here, these are Young Warriors by the way, this is a band called Young Warriors. Have they got the single out? Hold that up please, Nath.
Yep, got the new CD coming out.
Called?
Young Warriors, Standing Strong.
Oh, very, very nice. And they are going to be playing at the Long Walk event?
Yeah, the boys are performing at the Long Walk event this Saturday, so make sure you go down there, check them out, and it's a great cause from Walk Along. And then, walk over for the Dreamtime game.
Oh, beautifully done. Now, listen, we wish you well for that game. How do you reckon your teammate Davey Zaharakis is going? It's his first outing on the Footy Show.
No, he's going really well. I'd like to see Sam pronounce his name properly first.
Nathan just had a go at you for not getting Davey Zaharakis' name right all night.
Say it.
It's the way it's spelled. Pronounce it the way it's spelled.
The way it's spelled?
Zaharakis.
Zaharakis.
Yeah. Very quickly need to thank Nathan Lovett Murray for coming down and the Young Warriors as well. Good luck you boys. Good luck on the weekend. Bill, back to you.
Yes, thank you, Jim. Davey Zaharakis couldn't help but notice last week, after the game, a really good win. The Etihad Stadium was rocking and rolling. The crowd were going berserk. And James Hird might have come down maybe a minute earlier than normal. Look at this. The game's still going here.
As a player, he just has that drive and dedication to
to drive us to a premiership side, and hopefully he does that one day, and that's probably why, it's just his competitive nature.
Zaka, this game has Jim as... Zaka, that's what he goes by.
Zaka.
Oh, we say Zaka here. This crowd on Saturday night, I mean, you've played in these games before. It is one of the great games in the home and away season. But Jim rightly pointed out the Tigers now have also got an enormous following, and they've been activated. So I think it's going to be one of your most memorable
sniff,
games.
Gary.
They've got a sniff. No worries about that.
Yeah, it's a huge game, and they've actually got the wood over us the last couple of times. So it'll be good for us to get one back and get a win. But yeah, they are playing some good footy.
And the Essendon membership, of course, is a powerful unit in itself, but you need a couple more even.
Yeah, last year we had 50,000 members, and it's pretty disappointing this year. We're actually still under 50,000, I think at 47. So hopefully all the members get up and sign on board, and yeah, we need as many as we can get.
Well done, Zaka. Well done, Zaka. Hey, Rob. What about the midfield group? Stanton and Zaka and Joe Watson. You then got on the other side of the coin, you've got a very good unit in Cochin and Martin, Delidio, Foley. Who's got the better midfield?
Oh, well, hopefully we do.
No, Zaka, I'm not talking to you, Zaka. I'm talking to Ruff. Sorry.
Oh, mate, it'll game of the round for sure. As you said, probably one in the midfield. So I think Zaka's side will get up. I think they'll win by a few goals.
This is the scalp the Tigers need, Darryl Forsley. If the Tigers are able to get... they slowly built their season. They beat Sydney last week, which was exciting, good form. But if they can claim the scalp of the big Bombers...
Contrary to the rough and the sucker here, I reckon... Yes. Sucker, you said his name was...
Not Sucker. Zaka.
Sucker.
Yeah, go on.
I'm telling you, I reckon the Tigers have decided to take on board Essendon. Essendon are great, and Jimmy is just a magnificent man. But I tell you, I reckon the Tigers, at some stage, something will get into their soul and spirit, and they'll say, we've had enough of this. We have been pretenders. We showed a glimpse, and we're going on with it. Perhaps not to do too much more damage, but we are going to lift on this one and only occasion and do something for the faithful.
All right, well,
Gary.
Big night.
100,000 at the MCG.
The young Warriors in full voice. They'll be going off too.
The words to that song on the sleeve of the
CD.
On the CD.
They'll be there, won't they, Nathan? The words.
Standing strong.
Standing strong.
That's it. They're the words.
We'll get one.
No, the words.
How would we know?
Well, I'm asking Nate.
The lyrics.
The lyrics, yeah.
There it is.
They on the jacket.
No, you got to go to the website, paybackrecords.com.au.
I better buy a computer then.
There you go. We'll get those as well. I think Essendon, but I think it's going to be a titanic struggle. And whilst we're on it, stand by because Zach is going to take us through another big game. West Coast taking on St Kilda, Zach.
Yeah, West Coast taking on St Kilda at Coastal Stadium. John Worsfold actually equals the records for the most games coached by a West Coast coach, so good luck to him. And in go Adam Selwood, Schofield and Nat Nui comes back in, so that's a big in for them. Over to St Kilda's team. No outs as of yet, but James Gould comes back in, I think, after a knee injury, first game in 12 months, I think it is for him, so good luck to him. And I reckon West Coast will win.
Yes, it's going to be a good game, actually. Saints have found some form, haven't they? Has Daniel Kerr been named?
Yes, I think he has. Yeah.
Because, did you see him during the week? He had some food poisoning. Have a look at him here.
Ate some Chinese food.
Chow.
Some bad Chinese food.
Yeah, he did. That is Daniel Kerr, and
It reminded us of another photo we showed not that long ago of Bear Grylls, who had a real bad seed or leaf out in the veld, and that reminded us of another photo.
What's wrong with that photo? Got there eventually.
It was rolling down the tracks.
Got
Gary.
there eventually.
Yeah.
Who is winning this game? Have you all had a tip here?
Ruff?
No Sam Fisher for St Kilda. Big boys for West Coast, I reckon, get on top.
Did you tip, Willis?
no, I didn't. No, you got to pick West Coast over at Patterson Stadium. But what about the small forwards?
Ooh, Terry Malera.
We've got Malera and Sard and Milne. They kicked 9 goals between them. They were very good last week, Sam.
Exciting.
Yeah, they were, because they beat Carlton. And this is what I say, you two and you three and Tanaka's over there. This is what I say, Gary. You cannot pick from week to week with any certainty. No. You wouldn't have picked St Kilda to beat Carlton, and they got up in a Herculean performance.
Fantastic, they were.
And they might go over there and do the same.
6-day break, going to Perth.
Oh, it's a 7-day week. It's a 24-hour clock. I mean, what are we talking about, Gary? It's a 365-day year. You know, the numbers go on and on. You know, you've got a birthday coming up. What the hell does it mean? I reckon I'm going for St Kilda. I reckon they're a bit like Richmond. I reckon we've just about had enough of St Kilda.
Safely go for West Coast on this occasion, but listen, don't go away.
Really?
Just had word from Shane Crawford that the bull has been brought out of its pen.
Have they spiked it or done something?
No, it doesn't need spiking. Circling around the back, and this is serious.
This is a number 4.
It's a number 4 rated bull.
Angry.
He practiced on a number 3, we believe,
and did it easy.
And had that nailed, but this one's got horns and the works.
That's it.
So there you go. You went back to Adelaide.
I did, Gary, and had a great time in Adelaide. And I just want to show you this. I was asked. I was down at Rue's pub down at Port Lincoln. Have you ever been to Port Lincoln?
No, I have not.
There are more. This is a fact. There's more millionaires per capita of the population in Port Lincoln. Wait for this. Than anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere.
And Rue would be one of them.
No doubt.
And the Port Lincoln Hotel. And I was asked to eat an oyster down there as part of a prostate function. And I don't like oysters, and I don't eat them. This is a numbered oyster. They grow them. This is apparently 150 years old or something. I don't know how old it is. That is an oyster, and there it is there.
Oyster shell.
Well, it's an oyster shell, because I'll tell you what happened to the oyster. I actually tipped it down my throat, and I don't know, I tell you what, that is an effort in itself to tip that down your gob.
Yes.
I don't know how people...
Yes.
Cost $100.
$100 if you want to buy $100 if you want to buy that in a restaurant. That is $100 over there.
With a pearl?
At what?
With a pearl?
Yes.
With a pearl?
Is there a pearl in there?
You idiot. No, it's numbered. It's and I tipped that down my gob. We have it on film, but I'm waiting for the man to send the film over. And it got down to there, and involuntarily, I didn't puke, it just worked its way back up. I promise you, if we got it on film, I held it there and it would not stay down. It just slid back up my esophagus and just came out and flopped back on the plate. And they resold it in the...
No, they did not.
Oh, no.
They did not.
Is that the biggest oyster you've ever seen?
That is a huge oyster. You haven't been back for 4 years to Adelaide, and if you're wondering why, this might remind you exactly why you have.
Welcome to Adelaide.
It's not fit for TV.
What are you doing, mate?
Nothing. Right, I like to be a bench builder.
We believe we've been a fraction harsh on Adelaide in the past. Like we've had people like this on.
Mate, it's good, but he should be playing for the Power, not the Crows, because Crows suck.
People like this.
Why would you be embracing the Scandinavian moose as an emblem here in Adelaide? Because I'm sexually attracted to them.
We're going to delete all the bad things we've ever said or done or shown about the Crows supporters, and we're going to start afresh.
No.
You don't want us to do that?
No. I like it when the Bogans have something nice to say. It's good.
I can show you a cat's ass.
Here we go. This is it.
Footy Show, and thanks to our great friends at James Bogues Draft. We have the ladies from the Glenroy Footy Club here tonight. There they are there, the ladies committee. And the Royals are fresh off a 339-point victory on the weekend, including 17, that's right, 17 from Lance Whitnell, who's coaching out there. James Bogues Draft, great supporters of local footy, and thanks to them, our panellists tonight get $1,000 each for their local footy club. Where was yours, Ruff?
Leongatha, mate. Leongatha Parrots.
The Leongatha Parrots. And Zaka?
Eltham Panthers.
Eltham Panthers, $1,000 here. Thank you very much to James Bogues Draft. And speaking of local footy, Ruff, it's now time for Almost Footy Legends. And first up, we have Brighton versus Flagstaff. How this bloke gets knocked out before he hits the ground. Let's have a look at it again. He is knocked out before he hits the ground. Kaboom.
Number 2, mate, we've got Longwarrior in Allenbank. We've got a 13-year-old Kane playing for Longwarrior here. Puts in Good smother, gains possession, picks the ball up, and look at this from the boundary line, mate. Slots it
But have a look at this one, McLeod versus Park Orchards. And the young bloke here, he actually got it in the Park Orchards. Have a look at that. Fair in the old nuts. And we're not going to take a vote here because what was your favourite?
Mate, number 3.
Yeah! Congratulations to number 3. And here's what you've won.
Thanks to James Bogue's draft, our weekly winner experiences the pure thrill of taking home $1,000 cash, while our runners-up receive $500 each. James Bogue's draft. The pure Tassie water makes everything better. At the end of the year, our runner-up pockets $20,000 cash thanks to Deep Heat, providing fast temporary relief from muscle aches and strains.
Deep Heat
Is the stuff of legends. Thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, our major prize winner drives away in the ultimate tradies ute. Valued at over $46,000, this powerful four-wheel drive is a tradies' best mate. It'll help you do a proper job next time you pick up your gear from Home Timber and Hardware. It's all thanks to our great friends at Home Timber and Hardware, Australia's only proper hardware store.
All right, if you want a piece of this, it's pretty easy. GPO Box 9, Melbourne, Victoria 3001. Or footyshow.com.au to upload your video. They are, without question, the best prizes in football comfortably. Now, we like to take a look at some of our panellists when they were young. And Jared Ruffhead, of course, from the Leon Gather Parrots. We might have a bit of a look at Ruff. How am I going him?
That is red.
Oh, and still had the big gap between the teeth even then, Ruff.
Money gap.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Madonna, Ruffhead.
Biggest bag you kicked for the Parrots?
No, we got flogged every week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have kicked Overwood too.
Now, I've got a photo here of Davey Zuckerruck.
So, hello.
It is with Matthew Lloyd.
Oh, Lloydie.
He's a hero, Lloydie.
Where
was that? At a family day or
Had a
something?
clinic or family day, when I was younger.
Look at you.
You have 18 on the back?
I had 18 and 5.
Oh, I heard
Had to get 5 in there.
Okay, now listen, we've got to keep moving because Shane is almost about to jump on the bull. Quick game, Brisbane take on the GWS Giants, who enjoyed their first win. Bridgie Lions, 2 wins, 5 losses, went down by 58 points. Banfield out of the side, Adcock, Buick, Green and Leicester into the squad. They just got to get going here, the Brisbane Lions. Jono Brown's due for a big game. They take on the victorious GWS, and well done to Western Sydney. Great results, beat Gold Coast by 27 points, made a few changes. Kennedy, Smith, Shield, Bug, Sumner out, Reid, Miles, Schultz, Daly, Oscar Nelly, Bunting, Thomas and Wilson in. Dom Tyson, very, very good player in there, don't worry, as is Stephen Canelio, the NAB rising star. A couple of very talented players. Can they, hey, there's a school of thought that thinks GWS can string two together.
Absolutely, Gary.
No, they can't get. They've got to travel. They've travelled from, Canberra now up to the Gabba. So a bit of travelling for young boys. Too many changes, so they'll win easy. I just want to show you something here, guys. Boundary umpires. Yes. Thank God they can run because they can't catch. Look at this. What about that? Steele side bottom throws it to him twice and old Dopey can't catch.
Righto, quick tips because Shane's ready to go.
Davey?
Brisbane.
Brizzy. Yeah. Samuel?
They couldn't, could they, the Greater West?
No, just a tip, Foss.
Right, Brisbane.
I'm going with Brisbane, but I tell you, as I said off the top of the show, this is a dramatic night for the footy show. A young man taking his life into his hands, the Nissan Navara power of the mind. I speak, of course, of Shane Crawford, whose grandfather was a world champion. Now, this is Shane Crawford like I've never seen him. Crawford, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, you're not going to the moon, are you? What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready. Have a look at the horns. I asked for a bull with no horns. Have a look at those. That is not fair.
Righto. Now, this is... what's the name of this bull, do we know?
The name of the bull is called... What's the name of the bull?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Righto. Well, what you need to do...
I'm ready.
Is put your mouth guard in. Now, this is very serious stuff. You've got a lot of nervous people watching. What we need you to do is get on that bull, strap yourself in. We need about a minute to get you sorted. So you do that. Whilst you're doing that, I'm a bit nervous myself. Playing possibly for $10,000 thanks to Nissan Navara. Jim, who's he playing for?
He's playing for the Midway Cobras. This is Gary Lambert, by the way, who's the president of the Midway Cobras. They play in the Rec Link Footy League, a league for socially disadvantaged people who are trying to re-establish themselves in society. Where is Midway, by the way, for people who don't know, Gaz?
Down at Dufton.
Where's that for people who don't know?
Dandenong.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
Yep.
18 teams in the league, and your club was broken into?
Yeah, that's correct.
And what happened?
In January, the council moved us out into the put our stuff out into a shipping container, and back in January, and one of the padlocks was snapped off the shipping container, and then they've pinched all our footies.
$5 grand's worth of equipment and everything stolen? All right, so you need an injection of 10 grand from Nissan, yes?
Yes, that's right.
All right, so Shane, don't stuff this up.
All right, now, before we go to Shane, because he's... Well, I'll say that in a minute. He's getting strapped in. This was you last week. We didn't see you on the mechanical bull because this is how it all started. This was you. And you hung on. You did okay. You held on for a while. So it's not a bad effort. The old enforcer. And got belted on the way down. So that was just the mechanical style force. Right. Now, we just need to get a bit of time. I can tell you now he's ready to go. Now, what we are doing here now, there's every chance he can get flipped off inside a second.
Is the bull
The
alive?
fact is he's on, he's strapped in, we take our hat off to him, and now we hand it over to the people in Rockhampton. Shane Crawford, his inaugural bull ride. Over to you, Crawf.
Keep that hand closed, mate. Keep that hand.
Squeeze it. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
Right, mate.
Okay. What's the bull doing? So get on top.
Strapped in.
That's it. Drop your legs down, mate. You're going to look there the whole time, directly in front of your rope.
Okay.
Righto,
All
Shane.
right.
You can do it, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can do it.
Let's go.
Righto, boys. You can do it.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh, it's cool.
Here he is. Now, it was only a couple of seconds, but it's enough for me. This is a mighty, mighty effort, Bill.
Yes, it is,
I thought he was
mate.
going well there.
1, 2,
and then he was
three.
off.
3
and
seconds.
then he was off.
Jeez, he took off quick.
Hey, that's a good, look at Lauder.
That's the clown, boys. I was there for him. I saved his life. I was there for him every step of the way. But, mate, I'm emotional for you. How you feeling?
Mate, that had a fair buck in it, didn't it? What about how high that was going? That was going massively. We did it anyway, 10 grand, Charlie. Watch out! Oh.
Shane, how was it? You were going beautifully for the first 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden you just got off.
I shit myself, I'll be honest with you. It was going a bit higher than what I was hoping, and I don't really know, to be honest.
You got up
I had
quick.
to go, that's the main thing. Do you see the size of the horns?
Yes. Hey,
Bigger than Sam Newman.
What we do is take our hat off, literally. Lauder, you should take yours off too, because I know how nervous you've been all day, and to actually climb aboard that bull and do that is a great effort. And Jim, we're declaring $10,000 as heading.
10 grand?
10 grand.
There you are.
Thank you.
Look at that. $10,000 to the Midway Cobras Footy Club. Thanks to Nissan Navara. It's right here behind us, Gary. Yeah, bloody sensational.
Great effort.
I reckon secretly Lauder would like to have had a go at the bull because he reckons he's a star.
Matthew Lloyd might be our next Nissan Navara.
Gary.
Mine. Yes, please.
Gary here's got some people he wants to thank.
Yes.
Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, I'd
Naz?
like to thank Nissan.
And who else?
The Footy Show.
And who else?
And just everybody else.
Shane
Shane, thanks for doing that, mate. That's really helped our footy club a hell of a lot. Thanks,
That's
mate.
the way. Good on you, Gazza.
Well done to Shane and to Lloyd. I think they've still got us. Shane, I reckon you can almost go out and have a beer. I think it might be uni night up there or something. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is, Bill. I think it's uni night.
He'll be there all day. He looks good, Lord. Hey, what they could do with the 10 grand is maybe go to Home Timber and Hardware and buy some new locks. That'd help, wouldn't it?
That's a very good point.
New padlock.
Hey, what do you reckon, Ruff, of your old teammate? Not a bad
Very
effort.
impressive by Croft.
Hey,
very
impressive.
impressive.
It's a very
I
good
watched
effort.
that.
3 seconds officially.
Yeah.
He was on for, so you know.
Sam?
I watched that on, on cable television. The
Chainsaw and all that.
Bull, yeah, chainsaw. some of them, the best in the world, never last 3 seconds.
No,
they
exactly
get
right.
bucked off just like that.
Yeah, no, I reckon it's a great effort. So I reckon it's either Matthew, Lloyd or you, the next one to face their fears.
Ride a bull?
No, we'll get something brand new for you, and some club will have the chance to win 10,000 thanks to Nissan Navara. We're going to take a break. Don't go away, though. Sam Newman in Adelaide Street Talk next on the...
Short years ago, I was here in Adelaide, but for the life of me, I can't remember what I was doing. Anyway, the joint's changed. The crows are flying, the city is flying, so maybe it's time I changed. And look at you, you look fantastic. What
Give him in the
what?
time.
That's what is it?
An owl.
An owl?
Yep.
Look at that, that's an owl. What did you say, sir?
I said you're a dickhead.
Why is that, sir?
Because I watched your show and I think you're a
Well,
dickhead.
come on.
That was it. I'm looking at.
That's all right, mate. It's all right. That's all right.
It's all right.
Mate, if you'd just like to remove your jeans, I can finish the job off. It's taking up a petition to sign this. We're going to wipe the slate clean and we're going to just speak pleasantly about Adelaide because we think we've been a bit harsh on them in the past. Do you reckon?
Definitely.
Do you think we've been too tough on Crows people in the past coming over and chatting to them in the streets?
No, go for it, I say.
It's my hair, yeah. The colour's not my hair, but the hair's mine.
Oh, sorry, no, what was that? What did you... What are you doing? We're just trying to actually clean up our image over here. Do you think it's working?
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Yeah.
It's great, actually.
Well, appreciate your candour, sir.
I'm going good, thank you, mate. My name's Alma, and my actual first job was at Subway, and it was the best experience of my life. Making sandwiches, seeing everyone's faces, getting happy to eat their fresh food. It's a great feeling. Great feeling.
Thank you, Alma.
No, I'm not into signing petitions I don't agree with, Sam.
So you think we should just put a bogan content into Street Talk every now and again?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's usually the most entertaining part.
You know how that works? That's a pen.
Is it?
Yeah, you used one before? Yeah, no, use the other end because that's where the ink comes out of. Like people accuse us of speaking to bogans and sending
I've
the
seen you actually talk to bogans on the Footy show.
Well, we're not doing it anymore, sir. What about the flappers? What have you done to them, sir?
That's stretched them.
Very good. Elmer, your surname's not Fudd, is it?
It's not, but I used to get teased called him a fud, so as if you would say that.
We're going to take this back and see if the people who run the station will... Oh, you actually are putting your name. Well done. John Lennon. Well, thanks, John. Hello, I'm Elmer Fudd.
Hello, I'm Elmer Fudder.
Thank you, Elmer. You a Crows...
Crows? Go you Crows?
Yeah, you're a Crows supporter?
Yes, of course I am.
You're tactile, aren't you? Very tactile.
Am I?
Yeah, clingy, you know, clingy. Tactile means touch.
Oh, okay.
No, I've in the past spoken to people who have, quite frankly, been a little obscure and offbeat and lateral, but now we're speaking to normal, regular folk.
I hope you do.
What's that? I see a little rabbit.
Thank you, Elmer. Well, there we are. Well, we're going to say goodbye now, and we're going to wish you well.
Yeah, goodbye. And I'd like to say something.
Well, go ahead. Look down there. So that's the lens.
Hey, ladies, if you want to meet me at Avenue North, street number, and we can have drinks and food together.
See, Shakespeare in his songs, in the say a line, he does 22 repeated letters.
This is why he'd be lucky. I'll show you.
Jesus. Elmer, please. I'll be there too, ladies. I'll be there. He and I. Wherever he said. Well. No. Where it's a number in What are you doing at the uni?
It's at TAFE. I'm studying sign language, so Auslan.
Studying what?
Sign language.
Sign language?
Auslan.
What's sign language?
It's the deaf.
That's
the language for the deaf.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you studied in Braille part of that?
No, that's for blind people, Sam.
Yeah, no, it is too. Sorry about that. Yeah. We might cut that out. Put it there, sir. All the best.
It's funny, ladies.
What was that about?
Very
what was that about being a smart ass and getting
Very
it right?
pleasant and charming folk, and some of them a little wacky, I'll be honest. And I was over there, I didn't mention this, I was over in Adelaide for Vegas promotions, young Terry.
Tex Limbrom. Now, we need to quickly
Terry, not Tex.
to get to Carlton
Vegas.
and Adelaide.
And big one, actually. We've got 4:30 here, mate, for Carlton. Now it goes, just 3 ends here. We've got Thornton, Collins and Yaron as we flip the page for Adelaide. Out goes Walker with suspension and Lyons, and in comes Simons, Vince, Lynch, Martin and Thompson.
Well, give us something about
What else is going on?
Well, you guys are rushing me. I thought Jim was going to do
Just
it.
the ins and outs. What's happening?
Yes,
What do you
come on,
think
Ruff.
is going to happen here, Ruff?
What? Is that Eddie out on Sunday? Carlton to win, I think.
Carlton win.
Bill?
Speaking of Etihad, you didn't see this, what happened at Etihad last weekend. Have a look at this. This was fantastic. He's had a couple of frothies, this bloke. Tries to take a hanger and bang! Now, his name, Jim, is Paul Purcell. And he's in the crowd. Paul, welcome to the Footy Show.
Where is he?
Where's Paul? Stand up, Paul.
Stand up, Paul.
Yeah, no, right, here we go, Paul. Come and kick this.
Stand
problem.
up.
We need the ball back, Paul. Give us the ball back. Now, give us the ball back, mate. I'm going to just kick it, but one more go. Hang on. Sorry, were you out of time?
Yeah.
Just showing off here, Force. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Paul. Nice to see you.
Had you had a couple, Paul?
Just a couple, yeah.
All right, the Western Bulldogs take on Gold Coast as the next game win. It's over at Stadium Saturday night. The Dogs too good for the Kangas on the weekend. Lose a couple through injury. Jakera and Jones make their way back in for the Western Bulldogs. As we swing across to the Gold Coast Suns after their loss to the Giants. Some big changes here. Brennan, Cone, McKenzie and Toy all omitted. Swallow and Dixon are injured. McQualter, Stanley, Thompson, Shaw, Taylor and Sexton have been added. Congratulations, before we get the thoughts of the panel, to Ryan Griffin, who's going to play game number 150. Very, very good footballer. Bill.
I like the Western Bulldogs. Boyd and Cross and Griffin, who's a star. Well done to Brendan McCartney. He's got them going beautifully at the minute, so they'll win. Brendan McCartney's got Western Bulldogs playing the best they can nearly play.
Is he?
Yes, he has.
I'm not knocking Brendan, but how many games have they won?
Well, they've won three, and they've won 2 in a row, and they'll win this.
Out of the 8.
They'll win this game up in Darwin.
David?
Darwin.
Yeah, the Bulldogs will win quite easily, I reckon.
Bulldogs as well, mate. Swallow hurts the Gold Coast midfield going out.
Forsell?
Well, Galapagos duck. Zaka. You say travel, they're going up to Darwin.
Yes,
the Gold Coast are almost there.
Well, they're closer than the Bulldogs.
Yeah, twice as close.
Almost
Twice
there.
as close.
If you look at a map of Australia, the Gold Coast is nowhere near Darwin.
As opposed to the Western Bulldogs territory, which is almost beside it. What are you talking about, Jim? It takes you 2 days to get to Darwin from Western Bulldogs territory.
Who do you think, Gary?
Jared Brennan's been dropped by the Gold Coast Suns. That's a big call by them, making a statement. The Bulldogs will win. They are going nicely. Been a busy show. We're going to take a break and we'll be back to wrap up after this. Welcome back to the Footy Show. An historic night for the show. Shane Corcoran overcame his fear. This is the Navara style, the power of the mind.
He did that. He was brave and courageous. And as a result of that, Jim, as a result of that 3 seconds, he won $10,000 for who?
The Midway Cobras.
Oh, hey, aren't they happy? And Home Timber and Hardware are going to send out some padlocks.
Yep.
Nissan Amara have been magnificent. A few tweets have been flying in throughout the show. I want you to read them out now, Jim.
We just had some text because Carlton and Adelaide was covered by Rough in that previous segment. One text here. Worst game summary ever from L. Hodge.
Yes.
Grow that mullet back. It's the only thing about you that's interesting, Jay Lewis.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for the news flash, Rough. We can see who's out on the screen. Peace.
So all in all, Rough.
Not coming back.
No, you are.
I'm not coming
You're
back.
coming back to prove yourself. I'll tell you who's coming back. David Zaharakis. Well done, Bill. Go out and buy the Young Warriors standing strong. Of course, Nathan Lovett-Murray's label in the big game on Saturday night.
I'm not coming back, you reckon?
He'll be back. I'll be back next week. Thanks for your company. We'll see you next Thursday night at 9:30.